Hi, I'm Randy Reid, editor of the Edison Report, and I am here at Light & Building in Frankfurt with Stephen Zhou, the Executive Vice President of what is now known as MW Connect, formerly McWong.
Yes.
All right, tell us a little bit about the rebranding.
Oh, okay. So this year is our 40 years anniversary.
Okay, congratulations.
Oh, thank
We're
you.
celebrating 25 years, you're
Wow.
celebrating 40.
Oh, by the
So
way,
it's good.
I've been with the company for 25 years now.
You have?
Yes.
So okay, well, all right, we both celebrating 25.
Right. So the company has went through many changes, and in the last 10 years, we have moving into an OEM-focused company, into a technology solution company. I think it's the right time for the company to have a new identities, which reflect what we are today. That's why we would like to use this 40 years anniversary as the opportunity to rebrand ourselves.
And there's going to be an event for you, Leducation, I understand.
Yes.
And it's the Tuesday of Leducation.
Well, it's on the Tuesday night. Yes,
Tuesday night of
Tuesday night, we
education.
have a 40 years
Okay,
celebration.
well, I think that's exciting. Now, when you talk about you've had many changes,
Right.
let's talk a little bit. Because when I remember McWong from more than 25 years ago, 30 and 35 years, I used to think of you as a ballast company.
Right.
And that's how I first knew you, because I competed against McWong.
Yeah.
So how have you evolved over these 4 decades as a company?
Okay, so when the company was founded by the two founders, Dr. McFarlane and Margaret Wong, the goal is to help U.S. company to sell product in China, Asia, and also help the Chinese company to sell product in the United States. So it started as a trading company.
Okay.
About 30 years ago, we started focusing on lighting, and we became a ballast house, right? Pacific Ballast. A lot of people still remember that in the OEM
Right.
wars. So we become component suppliers to lighting fixture manufacturers. Start from ballast. Then when LED started, we started doing some other product like the drivers, step-down transformer, surge protector, etc. About 10 years ago, we started getting into lighting control.
Right.
That's when the company started evolve into a more technology-focused companies.
Okay.
Today, we are not only just supplying our OEM partners, but we also go into some new sales channels to engage with lighting designers, with engineering companies, to provide a total solution for advanced lighting controls. And eventually, we have the vision of going into more than just lighting, right? There's a lot of beyond lighting, using the lighting fixture as I always call it base station to attach a lot more other
Right.
technology onto the lighting fixture.
And that's the name Connect.
Yeah, that's the name of Connect.
Connect.
So there's 4 meaning in Connect, right? If you look at, we keep the logo MW, and there's 2 arrows in the middle. That means connect.
Okay.
So we connect our history with our present and future.
Okay.
We connect our resources globally. So we have headquarters in North America. We have manufacturing facility in Asia. We have our today, start our entrance into the European markets. We connect our people, right? Our teams, our strategic partners, and our clients and our customer together. And the last connect is we connect technology from different platforms
Okay.
for interoperability.
You said a lot there.
Yeah.
You said a lot. Let's go back to the 10 years when you started getting involved in the technology.
Right.
Because you were one of the leaders, one of the early adopters with Bluetooth mesh,
Yes.
with the Bluetooth working group,
Right.
with Silvair. How has that gone, and where are you now with that?
Okay, if you come to our booth today at the Dali booth, the Hall A, D30, D80s, you will see what it is, right? So we are an early, definitely an early pioneers in Bluetooth mesh-based lighting control systems, because we see that as a very versatile and flexible technology. But more importantly, we look for interoperability.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest problems in lighting since we started LED revolution is parts are not interoperable anymore. Like go the T12, TA, and T5 lamps, right? I mean, now you have all different type of LED modules, all strip of drivers, all different kind of lighting control technology. So looking back, and today when the first generation LED need to be replaced, and we found out, wait a minute, we have to replace the whole fixture. Right, there's same issue in the lighting control, right? There's so many different brands, there's so many different technology. We have that horror story that the school was locked down because the company who made the lighting control system.
I remember that. We wrote about that.
Not existing anymore, right? So we see Bluetooth as revolutionary interoperable technology for lighting control.
Okay, and then last year, the Bluetooth working group came up with NLC,
Right.
Network Lighting Controls. What's that mean?
Okay, so Bluetooth mesh is the communication layer. Right, you can build on that on a lot of different application layers, and lighting is the first application that Bluetooth mesh applied. But in the past, we have the interoperability between the communication layers, but we don't really have a good standard for the application layer. So the Bluetooth NLC is specifically designed for lighting control. So now it enables product from different manufacturers can truly talk to each other because a switch will speak the same language as switch, right? A controller will, so that's what Bluetooth NLC is.
Okay, very good. I'm learning a lot more about Dolly and Dolly Plus. What are you guys doing with Dolly? What are you doing with Zaga?
Okay, so again, as I said, McQuan is really focused on interoperability. There's many layers of interoperability. So the Bluetooth mesh is a wireless interoperability for network lighting control. But there's also interoperability between a smart sensor and the driver. Right? So we are in LED. It's been over a decade. Digital light sources. But in North America, we still use an analog control, the 0 to 10 volt driver, one-way communication, right? What Dolly is a digital two-way communication between the drivers and our control devices. Right? So it can not only provide precise dimming, it can also give you a lot of data, like the energy consumption of the drivers, any fault condition. So all this data is very valuable for the end users. So McQuan has become a regular Dolly member, and along with other members, we're pushing very hard because here in Europe, Dolly is everywhere. Right. But in US, we're still behind. So I think Dolly will eventually become a dominant wire communication, especially inside luminary wire communication protocol in the United States. And talking about Zaga, that's another interoperable standard. So now we have the wireless protocol, we have the intraluminary between your control devices and the driver. But what about mechanically, right? You have 10 different sensors and they all come with different shape. And if I'm a luminary manufacturer, I say, wait a minute, right? How many different holes I have to open for my luminary to use all those different products? So what Zaga is, for the LED component inside luminary, they'll come up with standard they call book, right? Interesting name, book. A book is a standard. So if your LED module, a 4-foot, this is the width, the length, the hole where you can mount it. So it's really focused on repairability, durability, future-proof, right? All those. So and you can use different components from different company, and you can use component from the same company, either old generation, new generation. They can be repairable, they can be replaceable for the circular economy they promote.
All right, as we wrap up, tell our audience a little bit about the inroads and the plans you're making here in Europe.
Okay, so we are here really to promote our Bluetooth NFC, Dolly D4i, and Zaga Book 18 and Book 20 product. Again, going back to our single focus of interoperability for lighting control and beyond. So the product we developed is suitable for both market, actually for worldwide market. That's another good advantage of standard, right?
And worldwide standards.
Worldwide standards,
I agree.
right? So that's what we're focusing today at the Lion Bill.
Okay, but do you have reps here in Europe? Are you in all the European countries?
Yes, we have our reps, Paul. He's a long-time lighting guys. Been in lighting for 70 years with a lot of company here, worked for a lot of lighting company and distributor here. So he's our rep. We right now focus, I will call it Western Europe. Right?
Okay, sure.
I mean, of course, not anything that not beyond the line going to the Russian part.
Stay out of Russia. All right. This really is the last question. How do you see the overall lighting economy?
Okay, I think the overall lighting economy has, I believe everybody experienced a really, I call it a surge and peak in probably 2022 and 2023. It definitely starts slowing down a little bit. I think which is good for the economy, right? As the lead time is much shorter now, and the price has come down, right? But I think lighting, surprisingly, there's still a lot of opportunities, right? Retrofit, still a lot of retrofit. I walked into a state building just last Thursday. You know what I see? Three lamp T12 already.
No, T12?
Yes, T12. So there's still a lot of building need to be retrofit, and you still see a lot of HPS metal halide in the outdoor lighting. So that's still a huge opportunity for everyone.
Well, you know what I've noticed here in Frankfurt at night, regardless of where I am, and I've been out at night some, high pressure sodium.
Yeah.
They've got a ton of high pressure sodium, and now in my mind, I associate it with kind of industrial, with kind of maybe high crime areas. I was in a nice area, and it just didn't feel right. And then it dawned on me, it's the high pressure sodium.
Right.
And in America, we've really gotten rid of most of that, it seems like.
Right. Right. So I think the key for the lighting lighting industry now is when we're doing retrofit of new building, we have to keep control in mind, right?
Right.
Because the cost of adding control, it has come down substantially, and the benefit is huge. So don't make the same mistake putting in the lighting fixture that have no control at all, right? And then later on, when you try to add it, it becomes very difficult. That's why I think all the standard I talk about, right? The Bluetooth NLC, the Dolly, and the Zaga, they provide very good options for lighting control luminary company to adding lighting control either today or tomorrow, right? Like the Zaga Book 20 connector, you don't have to put a control node today, but you have the Zaga socket there,
right?
And the user can add it tomorrow, 2 years later, 5 years later.
What I tell people is, okay, today maybe you're paying 13 cents a kilowatt hour.
Yes.
You don't know what you're going to be paying in 4 or 5 years.
Exactly.
You have no idea.
Exactly.
For a lot of reasons. So be future. Okay, Stephen, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.